each one of these purple ramps is one sweep. So from the bottom of the purple there up to the top of the purple and back, that's an entire sweep. So you're seeing 3 sweeps. So we can zoom in a little bit by adjusting the horizontal knob, and now you're really this one here. So if I go back like this, so anti-clockwise, you'll just see more sweeps. That's a good position to be in, because you're seeing a single sweep.
Which this is horizontal.
That just changes the time series on.
Okay, I'm moving that right there.
You're moving
this line, that
right,
and that's it's kind of like, okay. So what we want to do is we want to bring it over here so we see 2. And then if I move this one here, okay, we don't like that. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's what we like. Okay. But it was down at the bottom before. In other words, it was under here, right? Someplace.
Yeah, so you were just adjusting the time axis before, and then these knobs here.
Oh, the time axis. So that's important. You're telling me this is the time axis.
That's time, and that's height, voltage on this side.
Voltage, okay. That changes the voltage? No.
No, it just changes the offset. So you can kind of move it a little bit like this, and it'll come out as low as it can go.
Okay.
If you sight a little bit.
Looks like we're getting some multi-moding.
A few, yeah, a little bit.
That's not good.
Well, it may be because we haven't
this
exactly
isn't adjusted right.
That's
what I feel.
I suspect, yes. So this is adjusting the scale on this side.
That's what you were doing over there, right?
Yeah. So if you see down there where it says number 1, 500 millivolts. Each one of these white squares on here is then 500 millivolts. Now each square is only 200. Now each square is 500.
So is there a way to...
That's probably about as good as you can get.
You had him good, you had him in the right spot before, and then it seems to overall drop down lower, below the ramp line.
Oh, I see I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Not sure if I can bring them up above the ramp line.
You're definitely getting a multi-mode image. They scan.
It's somewhat arbitrary, this offset. So yes,
I feel like we should continue to adjust it a little bit.
Yeah, you've had some additional modes be introduced overnight. Because if you compare it to exactly the same,
that was beautiful.
Yeah, from last night.
Yeah.
So not sure there. I don't know if you want to try Sam's burping method, but oops. We could ask. You could say to him, "This is what we're beginning to see after about 20 hours of operation." Yeah, now it's gone. It's possible that you have an extra lobe there. It's in the right place because it's exactly the integral wavelength from there. That's just because what's happening there is the distance between the two mirrors in the head is going from, I guess it's coming closed and then it's coming open again at that point.
Okay, I just want to do a quick thing here. So this cable obviously goes from the side, which we know, and it can only go in one place there.
Correct.
High voltage.
Correct.
Cannot be put in when it's operating. Okay. This cable says monitor, and it's going to channel 3 here.
Okay, so
now do you have to physically turn channel 3 on?
You do, yes. And and the monitor is this purple line here.
Okay, that's the purple line. That's okay. What we think of as the ramp line, or
Correct.
one of the ramp lines. Okay, down here it says
blanking,
oscilloscope blanking.
Okay.
And that is coming around here.
Into channel 2.
Into channel 2.
At the moment, we're triggering off that blanking,
Right.
off that blue square.
That's the square wave.
I think we could not do that. I think we could trigger off the ramp just as easily, but we'll try that. We'll try that in a minute.
Okay, and then this is, it says input coming from the amplifier, and that's going into channel 1.
Channel 1, if you follow it, is going from, that's channel 1 on the oscilloscope, and that's going straight into the head, the Scanning Fabry Perot head.
Oh.
Yep.
So that has nothing to do with any channel. So input, right, that's coming from here, the back here, into there. Okay, this output
is going into channel 1.
Is going into channel 1.
That's the yellow.
This blanking
is going into channel 2.
Going into channel 2, and this monitor
is going into channel 3.
Going into channel 3. Now, in order for those to run, you have to press each one of these buttons.
You can turn them off. Yeah.
Okay. Turn them off now.
You could if you could try it. Yeah, they'll just disappear.
Okay. It did not disappear. No, I didn't turn it off. Okay, so that's channel 2. Back.
And then that's the ramp.
Channel 3. Press it. Okay. What happens if I take off channel 3 and channel 2?
No problem. All you're doing is hiding them. You're not turning them off.
I got you. Hiding them. Okay. I'm going to turn them back on. Oh, there's a little tiny lobe appearing there. Is that meaningful? Okay.
You mean down this little guy?
It's on there. Oh, it's right by the rack. Okay. Now, if I turn this, it's going to spread it. If I turn it to the right, it spreads it out. If I turn it to the left,
you'll just see more and more sweeps.
And if I do this, it's going to translate it over using that little guy up there. Okay. What happens if I turn this?
Try it.
If I turn this.
What you have to note is when you turn that, you have to know which one of these channels you've selected. So at the moment, channel 3 is selected. See, it's slightly
How do I know
brighter.
I've selected it?
Because you can see it's slightly brighter.
Oh,
so if I push 2, that will brighten up.
Oh, I see.
And
So it's just a little push.
And if I push 1, that'll brighten up.
I got you.
So now when you adjust these, you're only adjusting it on that channel.
I got you. Okay. I got you. Did I push that enough?
No.
Yes.
There you go. Yep, you did. So now you'll see the blue squares jump up and down.
Okay, cool. That's very important to know. That's right. I changed it.
Now you're going to play with the ramp height. That's it.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Anything else? What's this do?
So one important thing you need to know is which of these signals you're triggering off of. So at the moment, I believe we're set up to trigger off the blue blanking. So to know that, this is the trigger menu here. This edge here. So if you push the menu button here, then it will tell you which source you're triggering from, and it says the source of the trigger is channel 2, which is the blue one here, which is the blanking. Now you could change that. You could change that. It's perfectly fine. That's the way Sam did it.
What button did you push?
I pushed menu.
Menu. Okay.
Menu.
And that brought this up.
That brought the trigger menu up.
Okay.
That brought the trigger menu up. But if to get out of it, I think you can just go back to here and push your channel menu again, and this tells you information about the inputs for the channel. But this menu button brings up the trigger menu. Now, if the source defaults back to 1, you just push this button here because that's the source. See how that's lined up to there?
Yes.
You push that, and then it brings up this menu, and it says
how do you change it then?
You use this adjusting knob here.
Right, which is very delicate.
Very delicate, yeah.
Okay. But what's the other option to trigger off of right now? There is no other option.
There is an option, and it's 3. So you could trigger off the monitor,
okay,
which I'm I think is a better idea, in my opinion. So we could try it. We could try triggering off the monitor.
You have to press to that.
And then you just have to adjust the trigger to find the monitor, and it will find it. Okay. So now what it's doing is it's triggering off the ramp. It's finding the ramp and it's triggering off of that. And it's no longer triggering off the blue blanking. So you could turn that off. This and you can just use these two. So in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you could just use these two channels. You don't need this blanking here. So to sort of prove that.
So to wait a minute, what am I pressing? Menu?
Menu.
Okay.
And it's now triggering off source 3.
Click on it.
Yep. Very delicate, super delicate. What you might need to do, sorry Jody, is turn on channel 2 if you want to select it.
Okay.
So try that again. Menu. No, menu.
Oh, menu, yes. I didn't do anything by pressing that force?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Use that.
And then just push. Okay. And it's now it's found that.
Right, okay. Let's go back here. Do it again. Okay, and so what you're saying is...
So that little tiny yellow...
We're off channel 3, okay, so what you're saying is let's turn off channel 2.
You can turn off channel 2. Push again. Okay. Now all you've done is hide channel 2.
Right.
You haven't turned it off per se.
Right.
But I believe it's possible for me to remove channel 2.
Right.
Actually genuinely remove it.
Right, which you just did.
Which I've just done.
Okay.
So we don't have channel 2 anymore. Now we really don't have it.
Right.
And you'll see that you're perfectly stable here, triggering off the ramp.
Right.
The reason I like this...
Well, it doesn't really matter where you trigger off it.
No, it doesn't.
You trigger off a blanking. Blanking is going to give you a square wave.
Yes.
The blanking coax is going to give you a square wave. Doesn't matter which channel you plug it into.
It's not so much a square wave. It's really just a description of what's happening with the ramp.
Okay.
So what you'll see is it'll go flat, and then it'll go up and then down. Whereas I like this because it's a little bit more intuitive to me, but it really makes no difference. The point is you don't need 3 channels on here, you just need 2. You need 1 channel to actually monitor the output from the Scanning Fabry Perot Interferometer to see the lines, and you need something else to trigger on. If you don't trigger, then these lines will just move around violently on the screen because you can't fight, the oscilloscope can't lock onto them.
So it needs a trigger to lock on.
It needs a trigger to lock on it in time.
Okay.
In time.
So why don't we leave this while we have dinner?
Okay.
And we can come back down and take a peek at it.
Sure.
Because I want to see if it holds its mode, but I'm pretty sure it will. So what I'm going to guess is that...
Remember what we also did the other... You can, if you want to record this next bit.
Sorry.
This scan range here
all the way to the right
is currently all the way to the right.
Yes.
And because it's scanning through a large free spectral range, it's finding the same line each time. You can reduce the scan voltage, and if you do that, what you'll do is you'll probably end up now just seeing only one. It's not that you've lost modes, it's that the Scanning Fabry Perot Interferometer head is only scanning through one mode.
Right.
That's once.
One complete cycle.
One complete cycle for one mode. So this mode and this mode are the same. The reason so this is voltage.
So range is changing the voltage.
Range, yeah, but what range is doing properly is it's impacting the distance through which the mirrors are moved inside the head. So the mirrors are being shipped. There's the cavity inside the Scanning Fabry Perot head is between two mirrors, and one of the mirrors, I should say, is moving up and down, oscillating like this. And that range affects the range through which it scans. So if it's scanning through a large range, it will find the same line multiple times.
Gotcha.
Right. But if you reduce it, then it may only find it once.
Okay. And what about the rate?
The rate is really just the frequency. It's not a big deal.
Okay. So we leave that all the way to the right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
and
fine.
the shift, it just.
Yeah, I think it just moves it
okay.
in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's this? These others offset.
This is for the photodiode, right? So if you if you change the offset, the yellow line I suspect will move around a little bit.
Okay.
It's just the voltage offset, and then this is just the gain. So this will make it taller or shorter.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's on maximum now. Yeah.
Okay.
So this and this are the same mode. What you're seeing, because voltage is on this axis, that point corresponds to a particular voltage.
Right. No, I see that. It's compressed
And
here,
then-
so
and-
it's narrower.
And so you come across here so at that voltage,
It's happening faster, so it's closer to them.
at that voltage,
Same voltage,
is
but
a
different
particular
amount of
distance between the two mirrors, and you see it again here as it comes up and down, up and down. So what's happening is it's oscillating up and down, but it's oscillating out slower than it comes back together. That's why that's not a symmetrical waveform. Yeah. But if you increase the scan range, all you're going to be doing is now each cycle, which is happening over maybe multiple times a second, each cycle is going to scan through a broader range, and you'll just capture the same peak again. So there you're seeing it twice. There you're seeing it 3 times. And if you go all the way, you just see it 4 times. I've cranked that to an absolute maximum. Yep. And always what you're looking for to give you some peace of mind is the spacing between these lines. It's the spacing between the lines that tells you it's the same.
So I have the gain all the way up.
This one,
the gain.
I don't think it makes too much difference.
Okay.
Your oscilloscope's more than capable of coping with that. So this weird artifact here is just because right at that particular voltage, you're capturing the same line again, and then it's capturing it twice because it's coming up and down. So if you just backed off the scan range ever so slightly, you would just lose that that little weird artifact. So that to me looks healthy.
Well, it's very healthy.
Yeah.
So what about all these other buttons? Don't touch them.
No need. No need. But what you could do is you could pull all the cables out and then start again if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a good starting place.
This is now on channel 3, only simply because that's where we left it from last time. But you could just as easily have it on channel 2.
Okay.
Or whatever's comfortable.
This is from the monitor. Okay.
Yeah. So this monitor, this is giving you a signal showing you the true shape of the.
We could change this real time, right?
Yeah.
Hot change it.
You can do that. Yep. You can pull it. You can take it off and it will disappear.
Okay. All right. But I'm not happy with it. What do I want to do? Okay, I want to. Oh. The scan range or rate?
Range. What do you want to do?
I want to.
You want to eliminate. You just want to see it. You see your peak once. Yep. That's it. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. So now you're just seeing it once.
Okay.
You're seeing it on the upward part of the ramp and on the downward part of the ramp.
Right. Okay. Now, if I wanted to increase the size of the sawtooth.
Yeah. So just select channel 2 and then adjust.
Just select it.
Yeah. So what you want to do is make this less than 20 volts. So make it 10.
How do I do that?
Maybe anti-clockwise.
No.
There you go. And there you go. And then you can bring it back down to the bottom again if you want to. Yep. That's fine. That's good. Yep. And then you're seeing it 1, 2, 3, nearly 4 repeats, which you probably don't need to do. So you can just reduce the time axis here. So anti-clockwise 1 tick. There you go. So that's one full sweep, 1.5 sweeps.
Okay. Huh.